Howdy y'all, thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of Marvel Champions the card game, the Galaxy's Most Wanted expansion. As you can see here, right off the bat, you know we're going to get the characters Groot and Rocket Raccoon, and I've already seen down the pipeline, if you haven't seen already, they have the other Guardians of the Galaxy coming also, and it also lets us know we're going to get some bad guys in here. We're going to get Drang, Nebula, Ronan, and the Collector. Now this is a big box expansion, and it also, if I believe right, this is supposed to also be like a scenario based one, kind of like the Rise of the Red Skull one. So 265 cards. Let's see what's inside of it. And I know normally right after one of these openings I usually do like a playthrough. Unfortunately, I'm doing this one at the shop at the moment, so I won't go straight into a playthrough, but I'll try to get one out for y'all in the next couple of days, as far as like at least the characters of Groot and Rocket Raccoon in against the Rhino deck. And then I'm also going to try to set up, because my roommate who's a fan of this game loves Rocket Raccoon, so we're going to try to set this up because I'm sure he's going to want to play through this as soon as we get it. Sorry, I'm only jabbering away because I'm trying to get the box open. It does not want to open. There it goes. All right. So it looks like they did it just like I said, just like the Rise of the Red Skull. So right off the bat, we got the big rule book. Let you know the new keywords that are in here. Kind of go over where you can kind of read over them if you want to. How about I get them all on the screen there? And then apparently there's the new icons also. Nice. And it says new mode of play. Yeah, the campaign. So there is a campaign mode here. I will not go through it all. That way I don't spoil anything for you. Let's see if I can see how many scenarios there are. So there's 5 scenarios. And then let you know the starter decks. I kind of figured Rocket Raccoon was going to be aggression, and then I even called Groot as protection. I was like, it makes sense. So we'll see those cards and see what they add. They got a frequently asked questions there. And then the sheets, so that it helps you through the campaign log, and the credits. All right. Let's get to these cards, which is what y'all really want to see, but figure I'd talk about it, the campaign a little bit. I have not played even through the Rise of the Red Skull one, so I am looking forward to that, and looking forward to this. Let's look at these cards. All right, so we're gonna go through the character decks first. These are the pre-made ones, and then we're gonna go, I already kind of looked at the last card in each just to make sure, and then we're gonna go through these in the order, which is the campaign, and the extra bad guys and whatnot. All right, well, let's just tear right into it and get what you actually want to see, and I'll stop talking about it. Let's get right into the Rocket Raccoon one, because that's probably the one you want to see the most. And we're not going to go through every single card in here. I mean, we will show every single card, but I'm not going to talk about each one. I will just talk about the characters, and then their unique cards we'll kind of go over. But, yep. So right here we got Rocket Raccoon. So I'm interested to see what his alter ego is all about. All right, so right off the bat here we have, he's got 2 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense, and he has a response. I like the response ones. After you deal excess damage to an enemy, draw a card. Sorry, I just realized there's a lot of glare on that, but yep, that seems pretty good. And let's see what his alter ego is, which had me curious. It's Rocket Raccoon alter ego. He's got a 3 recovery and tinkering action. Choose and discard a tech upgrade you control to draw 2 cards. So another character that works with the tech cards, which I expected really after we've seen everything from the movies and the comics. All right, so these next 15 cards are actually going to be cards that are unique to Rocket Raccoon's deck. So if you're wanting to play Rocket Raccoon, you would have to play with these cards in your deck no matter what. So let's take a look at those. We got, and I've got a plan, and there's 2 of those. Reload, 2 of those. Schadenfreude, 1 of those. Salvage, which is a resource one. Resource ones are always fun. And we got 2 of those. We got battery pack here. Cybernetic skeleton. Particle cannon. Rocket launcher. Rocket's pistol. And we have 2 of those. And thruster boots. And that's all of his 15 cards. So the next one should be either new cards, which they usually always have at least one new ally, which we're seeing already, but they at least have one new ally usually in every deck if you buy these starter ones. And then the next ones, like I said, I'll stop on them, but there'll probably be some of these in there that are not new. But here we got a new ally. Here we got Bug. Chased Him Down is an oldie. Into the Fray, which is an old one. I was about to say something because normally you could tell the new ones because they put them in the playset, which is a playset of 3 is the most you can have in your deck. But Into the Fray is an old one, but yeah. Looking for Trouble, I think, is new. I do not recognize it. So that's a new one there. Relentless Assault, I do believe, is an old one from the original. And then we have Follow Through. I do not remember. I think it is older. You got to excuse me on the aggression one a little bit just because I do not play much aggression. I usually play leadership or more the justice and defense. Hand Cannon is new, I do believe. And then we have a Groot ally, which is new. And then these team-ups have been new ever since the Ant-Man, I think is the first one I saw. So Flora and Fauna. But you have to have Groot and Rocket Raccoon. And then these are in every single deck. They're just a staple. You're always going to have them in your deck, usually, I would assume. And you see them in every single starter deck. Booster Boots. 3 of those, because those I'm pretty sure are new. And then these next ones are called, they have to be, you have to carry these with you if you're going to play Rocket Raccoon. And what these are is it's going to have an obligation, and it's going to have like his nemesis and his nemesis scheme. So in this case, here's Rocket Raccoon's obligation, and it's just these are going to be shuffled. This is going to be shuffled into the bad guy deck, and then let me see. So right off the bat, we have his nemesis, who is Blackjack O'Hare. That's definitely a throwback. And then we have his scheme card, where if Blackjack O'Hare comes out, most likely his Vendetta, or this scheme will come out, which is Vendetta. And then these will shuffle into the deck, which is Blackjack's Bazooka, Planetary Invasion, and another Planetary Invasion. So that's the Rocket Raccoon deck. Alright, next we'll take a look at this Groot deck. And this is going to be more my style because of protection. And I'm curious to see any new things in there for my Captain America protection deck. So here we go. We got Groot here. He's got a 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. And then he's got a forced interrupt, which means it's going to, when something happens, the trigger is when Groot would take any amount of damage, when Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. So I'm assuming he's going to have stuff that's going to add basically growth counters on him. And then his alter ego is still Groot. I just realized I should see a lot of his cards to just say Groot. But here we go. 4 recovery. And he has a growth spurt. As an action, he can place 2 growth counters on Groot to a maximum of 10. Alright. So that is Groot. And then we have, I guess I got to give him some names. Fruition. And these are like the 15 that are going to be unique to his deck. So we got 2 there. I Am Groot. 2 of those. I Am Groot. 2 of those. We have a Root Stomp. And we have 3 of those. We Are Groot. Fertile Ground. Entangling Vines. Lashing Vines. Vine Shield. And Vine Spikes. Oh, I'm already kind of a little happy. Of course, this would be, I guess, Sylvester Stallone from the movies. But right off the bat, our new ally is Starhawk. Desperate Defense is an oldie, but I'm telling you, this is a goodie. I definitely play with this one. Get it in camera so you can see it. Fighting Fit, I do believe, is new. And we get 3 of those. The Power of Protection should be in there. Dauntless, I do not recognize that art, so I think this might be another new one too. Yep, and they give us 3 of those. Hard to Ignore, so I think that's new too. Indomitable is an oldie. And then we get Rocket Raccoon, just like we had Groot in the other deck. And then we have a Flora and Fauna. The 3 basics. We got the Deft Focus, which I believe is a new card. And then now we get to his obligation, which is Wilt. Then we have, it's a scheme for his bad guy, which is Blazing Inferno. And then we have his nemesis, Fernax. And then Fan the Flames, 3 of them it looks like. I'm sorry, get those all on camera. Fan the Flames, it looks like 3 of them. Alright, so that's the decks. Now we're going to go through the scenario cards, and we're going to flip through these probably a lot quicker than we did those. Just because I also don't want to give away too much, but at least let you be able to pause if you want to. But these are going to go into groupings. We got the Brotherhood of Badoon. There's going to be 13 of those. And then the multiple different levels of Drang. Then we have the scheme, the main scheme that you'd be pulling off with him, and it's Terrestrial Invasion. And I guess I can show you the backs of these are different. If they're ones that they should have different backs, I'll flip them over. So we got the Terrestrial Invasion and the Protect the Planet. And these are going to have different backs also. This is going to be like the setup as you go into the main scheme, and then this is going to be the main scheme as it goes on. We have Protect the Planet. Then we have the Badoon Ship. Then we have Drang Spear, Badoon Engineer. We got the Blockade, Bombardment, Oppressive Armada, Spatial Positioning, and that should be all the Brotherhood of Badoon cards. Now we have the Collector here, and he's got 13 cards, and there's his 3 levels. We have the Grand Collection, and there's the other side. We have the Biogram Image. So as you can see, inconspicuous box. What's in the box? View the Cosmos, Stay a While, Caught Off Guard, and then we have another Collector here. Makes sense. I think he's supposed to be the main bad guy for the whole thing. And it says A and B, so I'm assuming these are going to be double-sided. So it's this other scenario with him in it, the missing Milano, and Lost in the Museum. So a museum heist, it sounds like. The Great Escape. The location of the library labyrinth. Some How I Have You Nows. Impossible Geometry. And then we get to another villain, Nebula, and her 3 stages. I guess I shouldn't have flipped through those. I'll try to go back and show you the other ones. But there's the 3 stages. The Art of Evasion. Warp Drive Initiated. Then we got the our Nebula ship. Cutthroat Ambition, Evasive Maneuvering, Unyielding Persistence. So all of her different cards. She's got a lot more. Lethal Intent is a side scheme. And there's 2 of those. 2 barrel rolls. Combat Ready, and that's where I saw the first deck ended, or the first stack. We go to the next one. And then she's got 2 Ruthlesses. Then we get to Ronan the Accuser. And he's got 3 levels. Interception Imminent. Take What Is Mine. Kree Command Ship. And like I said, I'm just going to kind of flip through their cards here. Kind of give you a good look of each of them, because most of these are going to be in the villain deck. So this band of Badoon, this is basically a set of minions that can be mixed in, I'm assuming. Which seems pretty cool. Because there's 10 of those. Then we have galactic artifacts, which is another thing to just be mixed in. Like the scenarios may call for them, but these are ones that you can just put in as side ones if you want to. So we got the galactic artifacts. You got the Cloak of Hercules, Obedience Potion, the Beyonder's Blazer, the Poison, Mandarian Power Wand. I'm not even going to try to say that word. Hujadarian. Magical Teapot, the Philosopher's Stone, and a Crystal Ball. Then we have the Kree Mutants, which is another side one that could happen. Should be a lot of Kree, yeah, Kree Commandos, Kree Lieutenants, Kree Private, Sonic Ghost. Oh, this is a new one, Menagerie Medley. And there's going to be 9 of these. And the Servant Bots I saw is where it goes into the next deck. Got the Star Shark. And then we get to the Space Pirates. Pirate Commander, Pirate Lackeys. Sound the Alarms. Honor Among Thieves. Alright. Ship Command. Sounds like you just get certain, well, it looks like you're going to get some type of support, it looks like. I mean, it's a support, of course, yeah. But I don't know if this is something that mixes in. This card looks new to me is the reason I'm saying it. So, I don't know if this is something you earn later. It is the same color as the normal, so maybe it goes in your deck, so you earn it. So yeah, I think I do remember this. Sorry. In the Rise of the Red Skull, they did kind of have some cards you can earn throughout the campaign that you were running. So it's just interesting because it's kind of done like a side quest thing. So I don't know if that means you earn them, and I guess we'll figure it out. I have to play through the campaign. There's all those cards. The Power Stone. So we're going after some of the Infinity Stones. Well, actually, that's the only one. Infinity Stone, the Power Stone. So it probably has to do with the campaign. Yeah, and, well, like, that's the reason I was confused, because normally with the other one, it straight up says campaign. So, Brainstorm, the market. Like, this is going to be all the cards for the market. And I'm assuming these are cards you can buy throughout the campaign and add to your deck, or may even be forced to do. Because I believe I saw with the Rise of Red Skull, there were like weapons. So like this is probably the same thing. But that, I really do want to play through the campaign real bad. I'm really interested in it. But almost through all this. And that's the last of the market. Then we have Badoon Blitz, says it's part of the campaign too. Standard Challenge, Gallery of Splendor. There is no escape. Guerrilla Tactics. Kree Supremacy. And then we have Badoon Headhunters, 5 of them. So I think this is another side one. And there's all those cards. Cool. Well, you know, you're going to see a playthrough at least of those decks. I am going to try to put together a playthrough where we go through this campaign or even the Rise of the Red Skull, so keep an eye out for that if that's something you're interested in. Sorry this was a long one, but as you can see, ton of cards added in. Tons of cards in comparison to just the normal decks that we do. So, alright, well thank you for watching and have a great day.